And then the next thing that got me really interested was the mystical and Kabbalistic approach to saying, what does it mean to use this 49-day period to prepare yourself to receive whatever inspiration, whatever revelation, whatever new knowledge you might be preparing yourself to receive? So in the Kabbalistic tradition, there are 10 emanations, God essences, in a way, that are ways that we can connect to God. And 3 of these are on such a very high level that we can't really understand them. But the other 7 are accessible to us, and they're actually planted in our bodies. And each one of these 7 emanations has a theme. And of course, because we have 7 emanations and 7 weeks, each one of these 7 emanations that we have access to is associated with one of the 7 weeks of the counting of the Omer. And since there are 7 days and every week we have permutations, 7 weeks, 7 days, every day of the 49 days of counting the Omer has a spiritual theme. Let me explain. So for example, one of the sfirot, one of these emanations, is chesed, which means endless loving kindness. And you can think of it as, loving kindness that is just distributed freely in the world, and we just have to be open to it, and there it is. And so that characteristic is associated with the very first week of the counting of the Omer. The first day of every week also has that same theme, chesed. So the first day of the counting of the Omer can be thought of as chesed within chesed, loving kindness within loving kindness. The second day would be associated with the theme of gevura, which means setting appropriate boundaries, edges, constraint, the kind of thing that is necessary if you don't want to give all your power away because you're being so much loving kindness that you forgot to set the timer to get up in the morning or whatever. And so the second day of the first week would be the pairing of those 2 sfirot. So that's one piece of the framework. The other piece of the framework is, in Kabbalistic tradition, everything in the world exists on 4 simultaneous kind of reality aspects. People refer to them as worlds, but it's not as if one is higher than the other. They're nested within each other and they all exist simultaneously. So one of these worlds is the physical world, the things that we can touch or see. And for many people, we think that's the only reality that there is. If you can't touch it, is it real? Physical reality. There's also emotional reality, and we know because we all have feelings that emotional reality is not the same as physical reality. We can have feelings about our physical bodies. Another world is the cognitive world, the world of the intellect. We can have ideas. Ideas are not the same as feelings. Ideas are not the same as emotions. We can have ideas about our feelings, and ideas are also not the same as physical reality. So that's the third world. And then the fourth world is the world of the spiritual, or the world of meaning, the world of those kind of things that are not ideas, they're not emotions, they're not physical reality, but they're absolutely real, and we use them to guide our lives in many ways. So since everything exists on those 4 kinds of realities simultaneously, then so do these 7 sfirot. The permutations of the 7 weekly themes with the 7 daily themes, give us 49 individual daily themes, and each of those 49 individual daily themes can be thought of as having an impact in each of those 4 worlds. So when I was first getting into this whole thing, and the meditation group I was part of was looking for some material to help us meditate daily throughout the Counting of the Omer period. We looked around to see what might be available, what materials might be available. And there really wasn't anything out there that had this kind of depth and complexity that would help an individual kind of delve deeply into the self-examination or desire for self-improvement or desire for readiness to receive revelation, or digging deeply to connect your spiritual, emotional, intellectual, and physical selves well. So that was the idea behind starting to write this book. It was to say, let's take these 49 days with their unique themes and map them against the 4 worlds. And for each of those kind of subsets, come up with activities, meditations, kavanot, meaning directed intentions, that would help someone really work through this period of time seriously. And so that was the intention behind it. Now, in this book, the way it works is, for example, we have day 18. It's no surprise that we just got 18 meaning life. The prayer is there. Blessed are you, God, source of harmony, who makes us holy through your mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Today is the 18th day of the Omer, which makes 2 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. So you see, we counted the number of days and the number of weeks. And then there's a couple of paragraphs of explanation of what the theme for this particular day is. And then for each of the 4 worlds, specifics for how to try to manifest the theme of this particular day in each of the 4 worlds. Netzach Sheba Tiferet is the theme of the day. Netzach means endurance. Tiferet is beauty or harmony. So endurance within harmony is the theme for the day. And for example, in the world of the cognitive, a world of wisdom, the wisdom of endurance within harmony. I'll just read a couple of sentences. When we do something with kavanah, we do it with intention-directed attention. Netzach gives us the spiritual stamina to follow through, each doing our part in tikkun olam, repairing and rebalancing the world. The idea is it would be rare to be able to complete all of these actions in all of these worlds for all of the 49 days, but at least doing 1 or 2 of them every day gives you a path through this 49-day period of time that hopefully by the end of it will allow you to be ready to receive whatever it is that you hope to get on Shavuot when that holiday rolls around.